in a song, old or new. The Bandyman can. The Bandyman can, because he wrestles with his mic to make the audio sound good. Who can take a guitar, wrap it with a man, soak it in the sun and make a podcast with two men? The Bandyman, the Shine Man, the shining Bandyman can. The shining Bandyman can, because they wrestle with a mute. Now we can't tell if the audio sounds good. Shindig makes no mistakes, grabbing his tea with a wifey handoff. Talk about your spoiled men, y'all. Who can take tomorrow, dip in a live stream, separate the bad vibes and light up all our screens? The Bandyman, the Shine Man, the shining Bandyman can. The shining Bandyman can, because they fixed the mic and mute, and now the audio sounds good. So now the world sounds good, 'cause the shining Bandyman think it should. Who can take tomorrow, dip in a live stream, separate the bad vibes and light up all our screens? The Bandyman, the Shine Man, the shining Bandyman can. Whoa, the shining Bandyman can, because they fixed the mic and mute, and now the audio sounds good. So now the world sounds good, 'cause the shining Bandyman think it should. Lately I've been thinking things could be just, and not only in the sense of the word, but we could really build trust. And I know it sounds like a stretch after all that we've been through, but if someone like myself can do it, why the hell can't you? Baby, we're living on something that just don't exist. And how long will it take for action or to raise your fist? that one is. I'll see you around. See you around the next 7 minutes. Now this is how this ends.
Get ready for the ultimate live experience. Join us on stage where music, poetry, and comedy collide in a night to remember. Top musicians, spoken word artists, and comedians come together for a unique and unforgettable show. From soulful melodies to side-splitting jokes, this jam-packed event has it all. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride as we bring you the best of the best in this one-of-a-kind performance. Are you ready for the next We Be Jammin' Live?
Yeah. Good vibes, everybody. This is Guy and Shine with y'all here this morning. Hey, brother Shine, how's it going up there to our north? You're on,
Again, we're doing well up here.
man.
Yep. It's actually the weather's taking a turn finally for the better. Actually, right before we came on, so it's like what, almost 11 now, or a little after 11, I guess.
Little.
And you can see the heat coming off the pavement. You know,
Awesome.
like the heat wave.
Awesome.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Really standing there, really taking that in.
We'll take it.
Hockey ended up winding down this Saturday, and we ended up taking silver. So it was
Awesome.
It was
Awesome.
a wicked weekend. Very proud of all the kids, the players, and everybody associated. So yeah, it was a good one, man. Good weekend.
Awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that everything went well, man. Yeah, glad that the weather's coming for us too. And it's sunny and it's warm today. Yesterday it was kind of like it fooled you a little bit. It looked nice, but it was still a little bit. There was a little bit of bite, a little cold, man. Yeah. But man, today I think it's supposed to be a little breezy because there's some storms, but it's like 70 degrees, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy, might mess around, get out there and frolic around a little while this afternoon. I ain't gonna lie, but shout out to everybody here. It's a happy Monday to everybody. I see you, Gen X. You working out, brother. Keep her going, man. Keep it going. I know you said we're in your ears, so good vibes to you, our brother. We appreciate, man. Outstanding member of the community, brother Clint. Appreciate you, my man. Gen X, appreciate you always, man. Brother William, howdy, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. God bless everyone. Good morning, Brother William. Outstanding guitar picker. Me and Shine are still kindly teaching him a few little techniques that we feel like could help him along in his journey.
Yeah.
But
little things he might not have known.
Right. We're just right. We're just trying to mentor. It's basically yeah,
we like to.
I like to believe that. Sean. It makes me feel better. Okay, it makes me feel better.
Well, whatever works. As they
say. Notice I don't play very many of my songs no more. It's like, we'll wait a while.
You're saving them gems in the background.
I don't want to overwhelm nobody or anything, so I'll just play some stuff like Brother William sends us, and Gaston sends us, and Shine sends me, and
that guy.
But shout out to you guys, man. Brother William, I seen your text message, my man. I wound up getting on live there, and but I am super excited to get to see those lyrics and maybe possibly help a brother put something down. I don't know, man. I seem to be able to find chords to stuff that I write and words that I put together. So maybe there'd be a way that I could. Maybe we could find some chords to something that you've wrote. You never know. So I'd love just to get the chance to try because it's fun, just something different. But yeah, man, shout out to you, Brother William. Miss Tracy in the house. Thank you, Miss Tracy. Appreciate you.
Tracy.
I can't say your name properly, but I can say good vibes for sure. Good vibes. So good vibes to you, our friend. Thank you. We appreciate you. Good morning, guy. There's Mr. William. I see Anita's Creation. I knew I seen another one. Anita's Creation. Good morning. Shout out to you. Hope you're having good evening to you. You say good evening. It's good morning here.
Right.
So either which way, Good.
Yeah, good
It's
vibes.
good. You
It's
know?
good. Yeah.
That was good in there. So we're winning. We're
Mhm.
winning. John O Genius. Hi, everybody. Shout out to you this morning. We appreciate you being here, a solid member of the community and always coming through with good vibes. So thank you very much. Appreciate you. Let's see, 65 here in the armpit of the country we call Springville. Yeah, we're in the second armpit. We're the other armpit.
Now, okay, question for you. Is that actually where The Simpsons was based out of?
Yeah. Yeah. That's fun. Oh man.
Uh,
Is that brother Desi?
it is.
Woo!
It is
Hey,
Disney.
brother Desi, man. Man, shout out to you, brother.
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
to you. I asked
sir.
about you yesterday. I checked in because I was on here just hanging out and everything and hadn't seen you. And I was like, has anybody seen brother Desi? I just wondering, just wondering because he pops in every so often and he's pretty solid. So
Yeah.
shout out to you, man. I was asking about you yesterday, just shouting you out, man. So appreciate you being here with us, man. Thank you very much, John O. Genius. Always thank you, brother William. So here we go, Sean. We're getting another Monday started, man. It's
Yep.
I'm tickled to death to see this warm weather. That kind of tells me spring.
Yes,
The
sir.
calendar don't tell me spring.
No.
It's the warmth in the air and the different. Like even though it's been a little chilly over the past few days, you can still just kind of tell that there's some warmth behind it. Trying to get it's trying. It's on its way.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
coming.
yeah. Well, yesterday I was fortunate to get out and actually get out walking in the woods and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I was like debating because it was warm enough that I'm like, I probably can get away with shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Terrible idea.
Yeah.
As soon as I got in there was still like 3-4 feet of snow in certain places, but the dirt had blown over it. So I thought I was like walking on a snowbank and you get exactly.
Like,
oh, come on now. But it was still nice. I sat like an otter on a rock baking in the sun. You know what I mean? So I was pretty pumped about it after that happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, it's coming though. It's coming. We've done made it this far now, so it ain't too much farther that we'll be out here in short sleeves. I right before we come on, I had just a long sleeve kind of t-shirt thing and a regular t-shirt on. And I went out and I told my wife, I said, man, in there my little spot. It's still just the time to put me on just one more layer. I can always peel this sucker off if I need to. But man, I was in here like, man, it's chill. I was like, daggone, man, it's still a little bit chilly in my little spot right here. I mean, it's nice. It's getting nicer, but man, there at first I was like, shoot, I'll go put 5 more layers. I don't care. I have no pride left. I'll put my coveralls on. Be sitting in here in coveralls. I don't care. Hoodie, don't matter.
No, it's just that draft. You know what I mean? You get that draft. You're like, ooh, no, no, I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'll sweat. I'll take sweat.
Yeah,
I'm that guy these days, man.
It used to be the other way.
There's no tough.
I used to run hot back in the day, and now, no.
Yeah, I'm running the mic cool at this point.
That's it. Need a new stat installed.
I certainly don't move fast enough to keep me warm these days.
Yeah, that's it.
So shout out to everybody, man. Happy Monday. This is Guy and Shine, 11 to 1, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Eastern Standard Time. Always good vibes. We don't ever know exactly what we're going to talk about from day to day, but it's always good vibes and always respectful. So that's just the way we carry it. If you haven't already, hit that like button for you fellas. Share the live stream out. It helps and it doesn't cost y'all a dime. And if you're proud of what we're doing, then we can promise you it'll always be good vibes and we'll carry it forward with respect. But we can't always promise exactly what we may talk about. That we won't promise, but it will be respectful regardless of what we talk about. Hersippy's in the house. We see you. Thank you.
Hello from Germany. Hello from Canada and the United States.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody being here, man. Brother William, appreciate you. I'm gonna show them, some of the stuff that we've been able to teach you in the past little while about, just some stuff. Because, well, we just like to teach younger players things that, well, you know what I mean. I don't want to talk too much.
It's hard to explain it to somebody who doesn't, really.
It is. We'll just. I mean, shout out to you, buddy. Shout out to you. Nothing but love for you, brother William. Shout out to everybody in the house. This is Guy and Shine, 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Good vibes to you guys.
Good vibes.
Hey, I'm Tommy Kenyon, your tech content creator and digital content pro. With cutting edge AI guidance, I craft segments like interactive audio or video audio sync tutorials and more. I deliver clear step by step digital solutions that make your projects shine, practical, fast, and ready to roll. Hire me to bring your tech vision to life. Let's create something epic together.
Yep.
There we go. There we go.
Brother Tommy in the house. We appreciate you, Brother Tommy. We appreciate what you do for Guy and Shine and what you do for the community, man, just answering all of our technical questions and helping us on the back. So we just thank you, Brother Tommy. And shout out to Brother William. You're coming along just fine, young man.
Yeah.
I feel like those lessons that we have given you for free have paid off.
It's nice to see when someone puts the work in.
Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I say that in the most humble sort of way. I'm not trying to blow us up at all.
Of course.
Never. It's always about, seeing the growth in others. And man, I can clearly see it.
Yeah.
I can clearly see it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You can tell that the techniques that we shared with him they're paying off. They're
really progressed.
They're really progressed. They're really progressed. And and that's the main thing.
Yeah.
So, Brother William, we just push you up, and we just want you to keep going. We see the growth in you, and we know that you're taking the lessons we give you seriously, and we just tell we out of the countless
it's good to see. It's good
out
to
of the countless of others that we've trained. You have far surpassed our expectations with our first impressions.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
If this was a high school, you'd be the valedictorian.
Like you took the words out of my mouth. I was basically thinking the same exact thing, Sean. I mean, you're basically just committed robbery because you just totally stole the words right out of my mouth. Like I was getting ready to speak. I felt it.
Yeah.
It was like ooh, like something just happened there. It was almost like a regurgitation or something. It was
taste of greatness.
It was taste. Man, what a mind stain, bro.
Well, it is. Oh, he's having the same kind of day I'm having,
And shout out to Metamucil
last night. Yeah.
Shout out to Metamucil.
I don't agree with you so well these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, there's nothing like cleansing.
No. It just depends if it's by choice.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Oh Lordy.
But,
God, it could have done it without you, fellas. We don't need that, but we'll go ahead and highlight it.
Well, thank you.
We feel like you wanted us to highlight that.
Yeah.
And we'll just go ahead. I mean, we don't mind. I mean, I know it looks like maybe but we don't. Like, you're right.
You're not wrong. I guess that's what we're saying.
You're not that wrong. Like, you are not that far off the mark. Like if we were shooting like arrows, like you would be like right close. Like you would be like your arrow is flying true. Like I can
Yeah. Straight as
tell
an
you
arrow, some might
that.
say. Yeah. I'm just
Fire and true, buddy. Fire and true. Fire away. I don't think you can appreciate how hard it is to curl truck battery to curl truck batteries and heat that in my ear on my JB. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Jenna. You're welcome.
Make
We're
sure
here
you have
all
your
week.
steel toes on.
Here all week. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Brother Desi in the house. He give me a high. I know what
Yeah.
that means. You're welcome too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Here all week, guys. You just never know. Guy and shine.
You never do
You
know.
just might
We
become
never know.
You might become part of the show and never be a star, huh?
Yeah.
And that's
Mm.
something,
You never know.
But shout out to everybody being here who is a
Yep.
star.
Appreciate every single one of you. Yep.
Every single one of you. I got a new little song that my Aunt Chris sent over here to me. Shine. It's
Nice.
yeah, it's another one by her, but I'm gonna pull this up and let everybody enjoy it with us. It's not an original song, it's a cover song, but
Sure.
either which way, I don't care. It's a good song, and we're gonna play it. So
Yeah.
shout out to you, Aunt Chris. I'm thinking of you. I'm loving on you all the time. Appreciate you. Love this song. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all
Thank
of you.
you.
Good vibes. 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Guy and shine. Good vibes.
Work.
Clearly, the
Wasn't
vocal lessons that we have given her
it?
have paid off.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
again, I don't like to take credit for stuff, but
Well,
I just
you know.
have to say that that the lessons we clearly
I'm not having any part of that.
Yeah,
No. Yeah, that's all her. Don't
I lie, I'll
listen.
tell it
Don't
the way I
listen.
want to.
I know you will.
Oh man, I tell you what, man, I
Yeah.
was blessed as just a young fella, hey, to grow up hearing that voice, big voice coming out of such a small little gal.
Yeah.
She's a
Oh,
little
yeah.
busybody, and she was always one that's up moving around doing something, but buddy, she'd be singing some kind of song or something, and it, just
Yeah.
always was something that was in my life, and I never really realized. I mean, I loved it always, but like when you don't get to hear it all the time, or you're just not when you're around it all the time, it's almost like, okay, cool, they sing another song, or
Mhm.
whatever they singing
Yeah.
another. But when you don't hear them for a while, it's like, man, what a
Yeah.
blessing it was to have that. But that was also a curse too, because man, you had a high bar to handle. If you wanted to call yourself singing a song, you better be able to sing fairly good, or just keep your mouth shut, because you had some good
Well,
singers in the house that
if it
could
was
sing.
anything like my family, they'd tell you pretty quick. You'd be like,
It
"Nah,
could-
just
Well, and like their talent was
work
like
on it."
as such, like you could hear that you really suck. Like,
Yeah,
okay, like
But
let
it
them
did,
sing the
it
songs,
it
man.
gave you something to shoot for,
It
which is
it
which
really
is
did.
cool. You know
I
what I mean?
bar because like in all reality, man, all of my like my mom, my mom can carry a tune. She's
Mhm.
not a vocalist, she never was, but my Aunt Chris can sing. My Uncle Kenny could play a guitar like nobody's business and
Yeah.
sing like the real deal kind of
Yeah,
stuff. So
exactly.
and then all of my uncles can kind of carry a tune, and all of them are a little bit on the rock and they all
Yeah.
like music and stuff, and they can definitely make a little noise with a guitar, and if they wanted to, they could have probably all of them been fairly good at it. But my Uncle Kenny, now he was the guy that had that thing mapped out. Now that I'm kind of starting to kind of understand a little bit about it, I can
Yeah.
see what he would like, maybe a little bit of what, like I see how he got all over that thing a little, like, man,
And was he
like
always like that? So like for as long as you could remember, like you could just
ever since yeah. My mom and dad said that I think the best that I recall them
Mhm.
telling me was that my grandmother used to set him up on her bed with her old guitar and taught him some chords as just a little
Wow.
fella. And then, he just never was one to lean into, like, back in the 60s and the 50s and stuff. Of course, rock and roll and stuff like that was heavy.
Yep.
And my Uncle Kenny was always just a real kind of straight laced. Now he was a funny individual, and he had great sense of humor and
Mhm.
could tell a joke like nobody's business. But he was just steadfast on that. His music, his love of music, his love of playing music and singing music was going to be strictly for the ministry. And
Mhm.
he went to prisons and went to nursing homes and different places like that, and
Wow.
just shared their music with people. Like they
That's
didn't get
amazing.
paid; they
That's
just went and
amazing.
done it. So it's like you
Yeah.
know, in some ways, it's like the best example of just loving something. I mean, they just love it. Like
Yeah.
they don't make no money at it. But I know now
Yeah.
that just a little bit that I can play on my guitar at this point in my life. I know now just how many hours he spent hunkered over that old Gretsch of his. He had
Yeah.
a beautiful old Gretsch, dude, like from way back in the
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Like I don't even know. Like one of my uncles could easily tell you. My mom Mike could tell me what year
Mhm.
that he got this guitar, but it was a long it was a long time ago. And man, he could make that thing talk.
Was it
Like
like a
I mean, he really
parlor or
could.
what did you play? Like a cutaway parlor or
It was you know, it was a electric hollow body electric.
oh, no
Yeah, dude.
way. Oh,
Yeah.
man, one of the big
Yeah.
body Gretches.
Yeah, man, and he played
Oh,
the Chet like
dude.
his lean on was like Chet Atkins style. Of
Oh,
course,
man.
so man, he had all that cool like offbeat rhythm stuff
That's
going and like able to
unreal,
do it.
dude.
It was sickening. Like it was like, man, daggone, man. How do you know, like,
Yeah,
man, how do
absolutely.
your fingers do all that and not wind up crashing? Because it looks to me like a train wreck ready to happen. But he just had, but it wasn't like it. He
Yeah,
was born with a gift, but also I know that he had to spend a lot of hours trying
for
to.
sure. Owning his technique and you know what I mean, or perfecting his craft, whatever you wanna call it, right? Yeah.
You figure, man, back in their days when they were learning to play their instrument, they went off of people that they could find in their area to teach
Y
them, or they
right.
just listened. They
That's
listened
that's what
over and
amazed
over
me
and
about
over.
those playing circles. It's like you think about it now, it's like you just click on YouTube and be like, teach me blank, right? And
Yeah,
you
dude.
go find 1,000 videos. Back then it was sitting around, yeah, like and they weren't playing slow neither. A lot of these
No,
people's like, you know, you
John,
figured it
I
out. It's crazy.
said I've told you a couple different times. I played with that fellow that I looked up to. Keith was a good guitar player, well-rounded musician. He was played saxophone as a young man in high school.
Yep.
And, you know, he really knew music, could play keyboard and all that kind of stuff. But he, in 4 years of playing with him and practicing a couple times a week, and of course, I was trying to learn songs as far as to sing them, perform them, that kind of thing. But I also was trying to learn how to properly play along with a band. I never had before, so I'm trying to learn to play an instrument along with a band, and I'm trying to learn how to sing a lot of songs that I was familiar with, but like they weren't part of my groove. Like,
How
you know, that
long,
just
like,
wasn't.
how long did you like were you trying to because that's a lot to try to do at once, right? Like normally it's learn to play and then learn to play and sing and then eventually learn to do that with a band kind of thing. But you're doing all three at the same
Man,
time?
I went out for this little tryout, right? I was over at my buddy Zach's
That's a
house.
lot.
We was renovating his house,
Yeah.
and he ran across this little ad in the bargain finder or something, and he said, "Hey, man, they're wanting a singer for this rock and roll band. You should call them, right?"
Yeah.
So I'm like, right there at that midlife crisis point, I guess. So I'm like, all right,
Might as
sounds like a good
well.
idea. So I call them and I go out for the little tryout and everything. And sure enough, they're like, you know, because man, they had a stack of songs that they could do like right off the like boom.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
they're like, pick you out a handful of these songs. Hey, and I started digging through, and it was stuff like Carlos Santana, which I love
Yeah.
Carlos Santana, but I never dug in and like knew his stuff. You
Not
know
not
what I'm
not
saying?
not probably a great starting place,
All right,
Carlos.
like we're all
Yeah.
familiar with Eric
Yeah.
Clapton. Like
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
Eric Clapton, but
Yeah.
like the age group that I'm thinking Eric Clapton was like in the 70s, 80s. Well, they
Mm.
were wanting me to learn some Cream songs and those stuff.
Oh.
So I'm like having to go way back in time for me.
Yeah.
Rolling Stones, like
Yeah.
doing stuff like that. Like I knew the song, like I'd heard them before, but it's
Mhm.
like I didn't know it well enough to sing. So I'm looking through this big stack, and out of like probably 150 songs, there's like 4 that I'm like, I can
These
probably do
one,
that.
I'm
Hey,
50%
so
sure I might be able to do.
now this is the
Yeah,
blessing and the curse that I have.
yeah.
I'm blessed with the concept, the whole idea behind I can memorize anything. You give me
Mhm.
enough time with it, let me sit with something long enough, I can memorize it.
Yeah.
But I cannot read and sing. The one, it
No, I
just
don't
I
no,
can't get the flow right. If it's
no.
not in my brain and I don't feel it, then it's like I can't do it. If it's not memorized, I can't do it. I
Yeah,
never, dude, out of 100 songs and more, I never ever took words on the stage. My wife's sitting right out there; she can tell you.
I can't do it neither, man. I see
Never
these
did.
people singing with their phone in their hand, and I don't even
I can't do
understand
it.
how you can do
I
that.
can't do
Like,
it. I can't
for
do it.
me,
So
for me, I can't either.
out of all these songs are like, and I'm here supposed to be trying out as a lead singer for a band, right?
Yeah.
But I told him, I was like, dude, look, I've sang the radio my whole life. I can carry a tune, but I ain't never sang with a band. I've done some open mics. I've sang along with some stuff like that, but I've never sang with a band before. So I show up and my goofy hind in there like, yeah, pick you out a handful of songs. And I'm like, there's only a handful out of all these that I might can do. So the songs were, Sweet Home Alabama, which everybody knows, like anybody that's ever played any kind of rock and roll ever, you know, Sweet Home Alabama. Then the next one was Give Me 3 Steps, right? I'm like really stepping out. I'm like, you know, and then
I'm gonna get out
like,
my comfort zone on this one.
Yeah. So I'm trying to look through the rest, and then like all the other ones that's standing out to me are more Leonard Skinner songs, and I'm like, well, I'm sure they'll want me to do something other than Leonard Skinner. Finally, I ran across "Walk Softly" by Kentucky Headhunters, which was something I grew up with, and I knew that like the back of my hand. And then Rocky Top. They wanted me to do Rocky Top, right? And I'm like, dude, now it depends on the version of Rocky Top. And they started playing it, and I'm like, all right, that's not the version I know. Like it was a rock and roll version. I'm like, the only version I've ever heard is like a real bluegrassy version. But I'm like, if y'all just keep playing, I'll find it somehow or another. I'll get in it. So those were the 4 songs that I recall doing. And dude, that seriously was like, you know, where it started for me. But then even after 4 years of playing with this band, now I knew my songs like the back of my hand. We were adding songs every week if we wanted to, whatever, play my originals, whatever. But dude, he could not, for the life of him, he tried a couple times. Like I went up on my own and tried to sit with him and learn like basics. And he just couldn't break it down. And then about 3 years ago, I was on YouTube as just a consumer. I was not a creator. I didn't even have nothing like that. It was just out here on my regular TV stuff.
Right, yeah.
And I ran across Brian from Active Melody. I throw him out there. I do not know the man. I did buy a subscription after one. I spent a year going through his free stuff. Every week he would put out a new lesson.
Yeah.
And he was the first person to show me like the shapes, like don't worry about notes, worry about the shapes, work out of your shapes and all this kind of stuff, and started break. And it was like a lot. It was like, man, if my lead guitar player could have just showed me like, look, if you're here and we're playing a 1-4, because most rock and roll is 1-4-5, you might have a 2 minor in there maybe, but it's basically 1-4-5 progressions. If he could have just showed me the stuff that man was able to show me in a couple videos.
It's amazing how much.
I'd have been off to the races, dude.
Well, and it takes the right kind of teacher too. Like that's one thing I've learned, because I know that me and you kind of learned similarly. You know what I mean? As far as when we started, kind of thing. And then like the thing when you're in a band, I found is like you get stuck in your habits. You know what I mean? So like the time to advance yourself isn't really there. Like you can write songs and do all that stuff, but to like actually start learning your scales and incorporating them, well, you got to leave
practice take the time for doing that.
No, so like you
don't have time as a band when you only get together a couple times a week for one man to be trying to learn something.
Not at all.
You know, and I wasn't skilled enough on my guitar yet, and I'm just being honest. And I played for 4 years. I just still never did. Now I could play along with songs that I had learned and everything like that fairly well. But it was not like they could just randomly play anything and guy could find it. Now you can play anything. And if you give me enough time with it, I'll find where you're at. And usually it don't take but just a couple strokes of what you're doing. And I'm like, okay, I hear where he's at, or I hear where they're at. But back then, it was like, dude, I could know where the first chord was and still be lost as to where the next chord would be, because it did not make sense to me yet. As much as I played, as much as I tried, it did not make sense until that dude from Active Melody, I turned on one of his videos and he had this really cool guitar too. I got to say, that was one reason why I hit the button, I think, was just because of the guitar that was on the thumbnail or whatever. At that time, I didn't even know it was called a thumbnail, but that's what I seen was this guitar.
On the picture phone.
And I'm like, oh shit, well, I gotta look at this, right? Well, this dude starts breaking down this little. It was like a blues riff,
Okay.
but not like your old school blues, just a regular little 1/4/5 with a turnaround in it or whatever. But
Hmm.
the way that he was showing it and breaking the shapes down, it was like, oh, now I know that shape. And
Hmm.
then he's showing how it marries to the net, and you're like, oh, okay. So if I'm here, the 4 will always be here. The 5 will always be here. Or if you're here, your 4 will be here, your 5 will be.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh crap, this dude is truly like showing me some breakthrough stuff here
Yep.
for me, because it's
Yep.
like it finally dawned on me, like, okay, it doesn't change. I learned this, then it's gonna be, if it's in B, it'll still be the same shape, same thing, same stuff. Or if I'm in A, it'll be the same shape, same stuff. It's just a different key. So it's like, even though that my lead guitarist could play anything,
Yeah.
anything, he
Yeah.
could not break it down in a way
No,
to
no.
make me understand. And that's just the difference in a teacher and
That's it.
someone who
And you
can
you
teach.
can apply that to anything. I mean, not music, life, whatever you're trying to learn. It takes the right person to get that thing. At least for me, it always
It
has.
is.
Like
It is.
whatever it is. Like there's certain people I know that if I ask them, you're one of them, and few other people I know that like the way they speak kind of registers in my
Yeah.
brain, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, there it
They
is. Like,
might say the same information to you.
yeah, but it
It's just
just
the way
don't.
that they apply the information.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and
okay,
I
now
played
I
with a
see what the
lot of good players, like this fellow, like you're talking about. Like, I mean, they could just shred, play anything, but
yeah,
like when it came to, and the other thing I
understanding it.
noticed was a lot of the guys, at least I worked with, that were amazing guitar players or schooled guitar players. Most of them couldn't write. They could not write a song. Like
No, no.
they had that format in their head of this is how things are to go, and like they couldn't make that switch on, okay, well, this is how you'd create something, which I always found super interesting because I'd be blown away by what like this guy's ability was, and then he'd be like,
Blown
well,
away by what your ability is.
yeah, it
I
was it was interesting trade-off,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah, it is.
cool. Yeah.
It is. But there's there is a, that's why I say all the time, like, I have knowledge in my brain that I could share with folks, but I have to be careful because I'm not a good enough teacher. Sometimes I'll leave more confusion than I do opening doors sometimes. And I realize that if you try to teach somebody something, for me, I get so excited when I
Mm,
see somebody learn something that I want to just flood them with everything. And I'm starting to realize that that less is more. If I can teach them
yep.
a proper pattern and then let them just play with that until their ear recognizes what's going on, and just let them realize, like, look, if you learn this pattern, everything you want's right here.
Yep.
You just need to learn this and then understand where you're at within that pattern, and then leave it at that. Where I'm the kind of dude, I want to show you why. Like, okay, you come down here and you can
Teach
slide
you
down here,
everything in
and
4
then
hours. Sit
yeah,
down and
and
listen
it's like,
now.
and it's like, no, dude, that's not the way I learned. Like, the way I learned was I had that dude showed me a pattern that was like, oh, wait a minute, it makes sense to me. I understand the correlation. And then that
Mhm.
was pretty much like, he didn't try to break every little teeny weeny bend and every little thing that you can do.
No,
It's like, that's for you to go
figure
explore
it
and
out. Yep.
find it out. You'll
Yeah.
see. That's why, like, when I say, like, I show somebody a pattern, it'll be like, look, if you like way something that I play sounds, right here's where I find it. This is
Mhm.
it. This is it. Because I'm a
Yeah.
simple player. I
Yeah.
don't have no
Well, that
real
less is more
techniques.
technique is it really is something that I struggle with because like you want to want to do everything in a
You
day
want
type
right
thing
now.
right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. But the less is more. Like it's been effective as long as I use it in whatever way I use it. But with guitar or in life in general, right? Like not continuously always hitting the red line, you know what I mean? Because then you just you recess. You don't really advance the way that you'd like to. But I remember
Finding
a fella
some
telling me that 15-15 thing. He's like, you just take something for 15 minutes and try to learn it, and then 15 minutes of actually trying to exercise it, put it down, come back to it the next day.
yeah.
You
Well,
know.
the most powerful lesson that I ever got with my instrument, I wasn't holding my instrument. The most
Mm,
powerful lesson that I ever done for myself in a normal routine was interval training. I would turn my TV on before I went to sleep at night, and I would watch that little diagram, and I would have a visual of what this sounds like. This is what G sounds like. This is what A sounds like. So that when I would close my eyes and I would hear those sounds, I could visualize where that would be lighting up on that thing. And over time, as I played my scales, then the sounds that were off in that scale started to sound right because I knew how to resolve. I knew where home, even if I accidentally hit a note that maybe I didn't want, I started understanding the relationship between, okay, well, if this is here, then resolve is here. Or if this is here, then resolve is here in relationship to the pattern. Because that sound for me, like when you're playing a song, or if I'm playing a song with somebody else, that sound, you can enunciate a word or a phrase that throws that note in that's like it keys your ear in on, like, hey, this will be the one that accents him. This will be the one that accents this phrase he's got here. And it's like your ears start hearing that. And I swear to you, before I started doing that, I was stuck on the pentatonic and just kind of like I did just barely understanding what those notes meant within it. And then once I started that interval training and started trying to understand where that's at within these couple scales that I knew and that pattern that I like so well, then that's when it was like, oh snap. Now I know. Now I know how these. I was getting ready to say. Now I know how these buttholes can just pick their guitar up and start wailing some stuff off, and it sound halfway right. It's because they understand the intervals between where you're going and how to play a little bit off of it. And it's like, man, daggone it! Why did 25 years?
I know.
25 years, Lord. Like, it's like I waited 25 years for
this.
Need
to hold off on this internet thing this long. Come on.
Now I don't have enough time left to actually do anything. Now I got arthritis in 3 of my fingers, man.
You'll always have the memories. Right?
Always have, like, dang, man. But it really, like, that really is like been one of my things for me, is like I skipped too much as a young guitar player trying to, I guess, speed up the process. Like, I wanted to learn to play a song, strum along, and it sound halfway.
Start a rock and roll band and tour the world.
That was it. That's all I wanted to do. And I realized after years of unsuccessfulness that really all I wanted to do was just really actually be able to play my guitar. Like, it's a light instrument. It's not very heavy. Don't have to go nowhere. Do it. And then, man, like you said, once I realized the world that this internet thing with like I said, dude, when I ran across Brian, I'm gonna shouting you out, Brian. You should be hey, holler at you, boy. Shouting you out.
Free lessons,
Brian from Active Melody, dude. Like, I'm telling you, hey, this is no kidding. I felt so strongly about the information that man gave me for the year that I actually went. And Zach can remember when I was doing it, because the improvement was like, I went from barely understanding something to like, it was like light bulb moments every day, like boom, 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 boom. And I swear to you, I bought a year subscription from that man, not because I wanted the behind the scene. I didn't need that part of it. That
the value alone.
It was the idea behind, dude, he gave this information to me, and I was able to take off and run with it. And it was free, dude. It was free videos on YouTube. It wasn't stuff you pay for. It was just every Friday he comes out with a lesson, and it'll be in like, some of them will be in like,
is he still doing it? Like,
yes. He's on like 600 EPs now, 600 lessons, man. Free lessons. And then if you buy a membership, then you get all access to everything that he's ever done. All the private lessons, all that kind of stuff.
That's unreal. Like, that's a
wealth
of knowledge.
He'll take like like, for example, like some kind of old school blues song or something, and it'll be an original work, but he'll work up like so much of it during a 20-minute video that's free. Okay. And then if you want the access to learn the lead section of it, then if you're an active member, the lead teachings of it too. But I'm telling you, dude, the stuff you get from the free, if you have any knowledge on your instrument at all, the information he gives you for free, you can take off and run with it, bro, because it's shapes. Like, if you can make a bar D and you can make a D chord, and you know how to do that, then if you watch the stuff that this man shows you how to do, if you don't improve, it's because you didn't want to.
Yeah.
You didn't pick your instrument up and try to do something.
Honestly, I've never been to his site, but I'm definitely going to be going to it now.
Go and check it. Worthy of it, man.
Yeah,
and he's got that teaching thing.
That's the thing. Well, I mean, even with what you were showing me the other day, like, I mean, like, I don't want to talk about music. I do want to talk about music is what I was trying to say there. But learning the Batonic and just a walk down, like, you know what I mean? Like that's where like my mind kept getting stuck, because I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do this all day and then I can move up to here. But when you exchange it for that linear pattern, that flow is like, yeah, totally.
And you start understanding that, well, wait a minute, I'm hitting the same notes, but I get a different feel.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, snap. Oh, snap. And it's like, dude, and then after you see that pattern, you start seeing how all the other patterns tie in around it, man. Did you see that right here?
I did. That's what I was just leaning to read.
She asked me to let you know that she won't make it to the live. She is in the hospital. Please keep her in your prayers. Absolutely. We're keeping her in our prayers. B, you're in our prayers.
Thank you for letting us know, Tajmir.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Tajmir. I hate to hear that. I kind of wondered why, but you know, I don't ever like to feel like, well, why ain't she here or nothing? But she's always here lighting up our comments, and I hadn't seen her come through.
I hope she's all right. I hope it's
we're thinking of you, Sister B. 2075 right around the corner. We're always thinking of you, girl. Always thinking of you. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know that, Miss Tajmir. If you get to speak to her, you let her know that we know now, and we're thinking of her for sure. For sure. Man, thank you though for letting us know that. I had kind of skipped over some comments because we was talking, but I'm going back. I see Elevated Einstein. I think he was talking about the dude from Active Melody too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, Sean, I'm telling you, even for somebody that's like skilled on the guitar, I would tell any skill level guitarist, like,
you can always learn, you know what I mean? There's always something to learn. There's always,
like, if you're having a moment in your life where you feel stuck or like you feel like you plateaued, it's always a good idea to go watch somebody do something different and be like, oh snap. Oh snap! Or just change your genre completely up.
That's a big one.
Change it up.
That was a big one. I locked myself in a box for so long with, this is the only kind of music you do. You know what I mean? And then like one day I'm like, that is a terrible philosophy. Like, try anything. Try to do anything that you want.
Anything. Well, you know,
you're going to put your spin on it. You know,
I can't stand. I don't want to say I can't stand jazz, but I'm not a jazz man. Like, I'm not going to sit. Yeah, I'm not going to sit and listen to it. Well, I'm talking like string jazz, old kind of stuff like that, with the horns too. But you know, like, just as a guitar player, I just never was into the 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, 5, 9, all that.
It's a lot of jam, you know what I mean?
A lot of off notes.
Yeah, off time jam.
If your ear isn't trained to what that actually means within the scale, it is so hard to ingest the music. Like, you have to be
and there's a difference between listening to it and trying to play it. You know what I mean?
You have to know where every chord is and every 7 chord, like, you need to know all those things and where they apply and why. It's they're not just randomly doing stuff. There's a reason behind it. But when you're a rock and roll player, that is completely opposite of what you think you're gonna. You know a couple chords, but you don't know your chords yet.
No, you don't.
Now, if you're a jazz player, you know
that thing inside out, upside down, and backwards. You have to.
I don't know how you could do it otherwise, because for me, just a little bit.
That's what I always I kind of laughed about. Like, you know, like you see some of these documentaries on like the old blues players, the OG blues players. And they're like, oh yeah, they'd walk up there and had no idea what they were doing. And I'm like, do you know anything about music? Didn't know what they're doing. It's like you look at them and they go, and you couldn't hear what they're saying. And it's like, and then off they go, man, like just gone. So I'm like, yeah, they knew what they were doing. They absolutely did. They may have comprehended it a different way, but
like with jazz music, I think you have to just. Just live it and eat it and breathe it and understand it at such a level on your stringed instrument that you can play anywhere, anything, any off note that you need, because it's just such a hard. I have a hard time with it. I'm not gonna lie. I've tried. Now it has taught me some off chords that sound good with other music. That it works in blues, works in other stuff. But like the whole rhythm and like trying to be a guitar player behind jazz, it just ain't fun to me. It's like, okay,
drumming is awesome though. Like I did that for a while when we first came up here, like in between kind of gigs, because like drumming was what I started with. And I remember, like you said in the back pages, there's somebody, they were looking for a drummer come audition. And I was like, well, I need to do something, because like nothing was happening at the time.
right.
And went and hung out with these guys. First I went with this like they wanted to do like old Irish music, so like and then I'm like, I can't do this, man. Like every song is this brush kick.
Yeah.
But with these other dudes, like they were real players, like, you know what I mean? So I'm sitting there quite intimidated at the beginning, and then like they start wailing and you get in that groove. But drumming's different than trying to play the guitar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it is.
I ain't saying or the bass or whatever else.
It ain't. As a guitar player, I think like rock and roll and stuff like that is a heck of a lot more fun to play than any jazz I've tried.
Absolutely. You can do all the sweet moves and kicks and
man,
wails and stuff.
Yeah, it just looks cool, don't it?
It is. It's a lot of fun, man.
You know, I just like it, man. But you know, to each his own. And you know, I think every good musician has a little bit of all of it. You know, you try to dose what you can stand. Like I say, I can't listen to jazz long enough for it to become part of me. Now I can listen to rock and roll and blues and country long enough that it's like it's in the beat. The sound is inside my head dancing. But for jazz, it's like I'm struggling for every little, like, to keep up and like to understand what's going on. And it's like I'd have to listen to that crap for the next 10 years, and like, and I just don't like it well enough to dig in like that. So it's like,
so what you're saying is you're not going to get in a jazz band.
No,
you're not planning that anytime.
No, I'd start playing banjo first. And I'm telling you, that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing.
No.
It's either that or accordion. I told Courtney she could pick which one.
Please go with accordion. Please.
She's having a tough time with it. She talked something about a D word, and I told her, I said, I'd rather not go there.
Look, you definitely need to get an accordion. We'll have to start some crowdfunding.
Yeah, she pretty much ensured that if I got an accordion, that I also was going to get a new address.
You can live under the house.
I don't know if she meant that like her section was going to be A and mine was going to be B. I don't know exactly what. I think that it kind of meant relocating.
I think she just meant she wanted to, tape it down the middle like you do in certain situations.
I think it meant she was going to load my crap up in the back of the truck and be like, all right, where are you going?
There's only one way to find out. When I send you an accordion, let's see if Amazon sells them.
Yeah. Oh, that's instant divorce for me, man. Yeah. Crumel, what's up, man? We see you in the house. I'm coming back over here to that. Kind of a genius. We got Start Here Tashmere. We're all sending up good thoughts for Sister B. She's in the hospital. We don't know why, but we know that if you're in the hospital, it ain't fun. So we're just sending up thoughts and good thoughts and prayers for you, Miss Sister B. We hope you get feeling better and soon to hear from you. But shout out to Brother Clint, Gen X in the house, Elevated Einstein. Personal friend of mine. I appreciate you being here, brother. Thank you very much. Brother William, thank you, man. Appreciate you being in the house. Everybody. Jimena, thank you. 13 in the house. You want I was going to play this one here by Gaston, by our brother Gaston guitar. So that one, Dancing Down an Empty Road by Johnny Amish.
Sure.
But friend of Guy and Shine, friend of Creating Change, friend of At Shine Dig, and just outstanding community member and a fine talent. So shout out to you, Brother Gaston. Shout out to 13 in the house. If you haven't already, hit that like button.
Yep. Shake or what? I was gonna say shake and shave, but share and like if you so desire.
Good vibes with Guy and Shine, 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We appreciate you. Shout out to Gaston Guitar Covers.
All right.
Is it wasted now? Your thoughts unwind somehow across the shadowed lands to a place forever stands. There's no time to get old when you're dancing down an empty road. Got both feet pointed straight at the night, underneath those burning clouds of twilight. Believe wherever you go, there'll be enough music to feed your soul. And even though I know you're not coming back, I'll say I'll see you again. What have we wasted here? The silence of our fears, frozen morning light on the day we learned to fight. There's no time to get old when you're dancing down this empty road. Got both feet pointed straight at the night, underneath those burning clouds of twilight. Believe wherever you go, there'll be enough music to feed your soul. Even though I know you're not coming back, I'll say I'll see you again. There's no time to get old when you're dancing down an empty road. Got both feet pointed straight at the night, underneath those burning clouds of twilight. Believe wherever you go, there'll be enough music to feed your soul. And even though I know you're not coming back, I'll say I'll see you again. I'll see you again.
Who can make my views rise, sprinkle like her too? Cover it in comments in a song, old or new. The Bandy Man can. The Bandy Man can because he wrestles with his mic and makes the audio sound good. Who can take a guitar, rap it with a man, soak it in the sun and make a podcast with two men? The Bandy Man, the Shine Man, the shining Bandy Men can. The shining Bandy Men can because they wrestle with the mute. Now we can't tell if the audio sounds good. Shindig makes no mistakes, grabbing his tea with a wifey handoff. Talk about your spoiled men, y'all. Who can take tomorrow, dip in a live stream, separate the bad vibes and light up all our screens? The Bandy Man, the Shine Man, the shining Bandy Men can. The shining Bandy Men can because they fixed the mic and mute, and now the audio sounds good. So now the world sounds good, cause the shining Bandy Men think it should. sounds good. So now the world sounds good, 'cause the shining bandy men think it should.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I didn't notice that ending before, like with the Bandy Bunch.
Yeah,
I've never
got the
seen
whole
that
crew
before.
in it, man.
That's wicked.
Yeah,
That's
man. Shout out to Sister B, man. We're sending
Yeah.
nothing but good thoughts, love, prayers
Yes.
to you. We hope you get to feeling better, girl. We can't wait to
Absolutely.
see you back in here in the chat room, lighting it up, keeping everybody straight. Shout out to Miss Tracy in the house. We see you, Miss Tracy. God bless you. We appreciate
Yeah,
you
thank
being
you,
here.
Tracy.
Thank you. Miss Tracy, absolutely outstanding individual in the community. I see you, Mom Air, Melissa. I see you guys. Hi, Gen
My
X.
Bandy.
Love from the Bandy Bunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord
that
have
was
mercy.
great.
Mom's in the house, guys. Mom's
Yeah,
in the house.
yeah.
Trying to steal the show, Mom. We still got that felony charge we got to deal with. So don't you worry about stealing anything, okay?
Yeah.
No more stealing anything. You remember?
Keep your hands in your pockets.
Yeah, keep them hands in your pockets, and
Yeah.
we're going now. You know how hard it is for you to get around without your walker. So if they keep us from bringing that thing in, you're pretty much done, Mom. So please behave yourself,
Yeah.
okay?
They know about
We
that
can't
legal
change doctors
compartment.
again, Mom. It's
Yeah.
a small town. If we have to change doctors one more time, I
Yeah.
just don't know if there's an option for us available out there. I mean, the vet is seeing new patients, but I think that there's law against them seeing you.
Well,
I think that they're not allowed to do that.
if you don't involve them, you know.
Yeah, like I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Mom, just behave yourself. I'm
Yeah.
trying to look out for you.
Yeah.
At some point the child turns into, it flips, and I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
trying to keep
At
her
a certain
straight.
point, of
Trying to
course.
keep her straight, trying to keep her out of trouble.
Sure.
I don't want her to be on probation for the rest of her life.
No,
I don't want her to
definitely.
be doing time.
Definitely not.
You know what I mean? Like that's
No,
my mom. I
no.
don't want to see, but Mom, if it's for your own good, you're not
Mhm.
going to behave, then you have to understand.
Sometimes
There
things
was
have to be
nothing
learned the hard way.
inside any of those doctors' personal desk that you needed or that should have been in your walker. There's no way for us to explain that to the judge.
Yeah, these missing prescription pads have become a problem.
I mean, the only route we've got, Mom, is at this point we're going to have to admit some. We're going to have we're just going to have to tell them about the clicks and stuff. We're going to have to just let them know that it's not blood pressure.
No.
It's not blood pressure. This is definitely like
Something
she's seen a
else.
sign saying that she should go get that out of his desk. Like she really did see the sign, guys. Like
Yeah,
it was a sign.
well, I mean,
Like she had a picture of it. I don't know how the hell she got it, but she had a
to
picture
say
of
she
it.
did? If she has photographic evidence, I'd say
Yeah.
fair play.
Like, I mean, we're
You
still
know?
waiting on confirmation, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always going to back my mom, but
Yeah.
But shout out to you, Mom. Appreciate you being here. I love you. You know I do. And it's always cool to see you in here. Appreciate everybody. Crew Mail, we appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Brother Gen X, Elevated Einstein, Start Here, Tajmir. We appreciate every one of you. Brother William, all of you. If I ain't named you off, just put yourself in the comment again. I bet you I will.
There's a high percentage that will happen.
And I'm going to tell you
Yeah.
what, if you say something nice, especially about me, that does bring the comments up quick. Now, I mean, you can say nice things about Shine too. I'm just saying I'm not nearly as fast.
He has a preference, if you know what
It
I'm
is.
saying.
I'm just trying to be
Yeah.
honest because we are on live.
We
and
are.
I don't want
Yeah.
nobody to go back and be like, well, I seen that it took you 6 seconds to get his up and yours, and the one that was about
Yep.
you was instant.
Tell 'em
Well,
straight.
I
Tell 'em
have to
straight.
proofread the ones about Shine because I'm not letting nobody say anything bad about my co-host. I'm just not going to do it. So it takes me longer. I don't mind if it's something bad about me. So I just go ahead and highlight it. Then I read it. But for you, I try to make sure that
Well,
I'm.
thank you for keeping me safe.
You're welcome,
You know,
man.
It's a wild world out here these days.
It's a wild
and
world, and you never know what kind of crazy comment could be
you
in there.
don't. It's nice
You
to
could
have
start off
someone
reading it,
else
think
say.
it's a good comment, and then all of a
And
sudden
then
it
by the
takes
end
a
of it,
downhill turn, and the next thing you know, you're
the emotional
ground stain
blow.
on a mattress, and you don't want to be that.
Oh, never.
You don't want to be that. Woo!
Oh yeah.
Boy.
All right. Well,
Some of these
happy Monday,
conversations ought
folks.
to be recorded.
Oh, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they're recorded.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering who's watching them.
I'm pretty sure that it could be evidence. Depends
I
on
plead
what
the
you need
fifth.
evidence for.
Fifth.
If it's paperwork, then you might have plenty that you. Judge, if you really want to know
Well.
my excuse, I've got a few live streams up here you can go partake in, and you'll understand.
Yes, it's been an autobiography type
people's
journey.
fault.
Really, yeah, it is.
People's fault.
For encouraging you.
They encourage this stuff, Your Honor. It's not me.
Yeah,
Strictly show.
I'll show.
All show.
I'll show.
There's your Fort Granny in the house. I'm sitting back laughing. She gets it. Yeah, you know. We just try to be humble around here.
I mean, what more can one do, really?
I don't hardly see anything else we could do.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not
And
really.
I ain't gonna lie, no matter what we did, if there's a good comment about either of us, it's getting up there. It's getting like
Oh yeah.
I don't care what anybody thinks about it. Like I think
No.
it's natural. Like
Well, you know, yeah.
it's it's kind of like the
How
way
the
you smell it.
synapses are firing. You know what
It's
I
as
mean?
natural as the way you smell if you don't put some of that BO guard on.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh
little
man.
Wolverine-ish. Hey, depending on the company, that can be good.
You never know.
You never know.
He keeps a safe distance.
Hey, it creates a barrier.
Yeah,
Creates
it
a
does.
barrier.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the fellow musicians out there. Shout out to everybody who puts the
Yes.
time and the effort into making original songs and original work. Shout out to Brother Big Jack for sharing his son's band over with us called the Heavy Hitters Band.
Mhm.
Fortunate enough to be a little part of their journey in a small way. And for Guy and Shine, man, it's an honor and a privilege to see young musicians coming up, and looks like they're taking their stuff seriously. And
Yep.
man, they're good. They're
They are.
good.
They're
They're
very
different. And that's what I'm all about. I just like it. So shout out to the Heavy Hitters Band.
good.
Shout out to
Years.
Big Jack for sharing them with us. And
Yeah.
shout out to everybody here. We appreciate you. This is Guy and Shine, 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Good vibes,
Yeah.
guys.
I'm a little drunk right now, but you would never know it. I'm a little drunk right now, but you would never know it. I'm a little messed up, or whatever you call it. I had your number saved and I thought, well, shoot, I might as well call it. You're running still with what's your name? Yeah, sure, of course you are. See, I don't care. I met a fine girl at the bar. Woman you would ever be, I think her name was Rena. Way too much tequila, was it or Serena? But anyway, I'm doing good. Great. Oh, by the way, your favorite band is gonna be in town, and I'm the whole day get delayed. And I know you gotta take it right up close there to the stage. And you hear about cancellation, just a studio Tanqueray. But when that school's opening up, but we're headlining is what they say. And now we're here standing face to face, screaming, I'm a little drunk right now. You would never know it. I'm a little drunk right now, but you would never know it. I'm a little drunk right now. You would never know it. I'm a little drunk right now. I'm a little insecure and I hate the bore. You already know it. I'm an undiscovered poet, performer with rockstar motives. Let me tell you something that not many people have ever noticed. But I'm scared of being vulnerable. And I'm scared of commitment, but obviously, yeah, whatever. Who is it? I bet if I called you, you'll be right at my spot in about 5 minutes. And you're going to delete this voicemail, God forbid your man think I'm in it. I'll say this slowly, do not get offended, but I'm a little drunk right now. But you would never know it. I'm a
is not losing all of your heart. And all the blackness and the dark, while you quietly fall apart on a long road west. Tell mom I sing my best. It would seem results from the test didn't go so well. Is it just me or is it all of a sudden warmer in here than it was a minute ago, and I don't think it's 'cause of love. Well, now I just realized how exactly it was. It is I lost my life on a long road west. Was where they found me dead. Someone whispered I won. Did he regret one of his trips on his long roads west? Of his trips on his long roads west.
Get ready for the ultimate live experience. Join us on stage where music, poetry, and comedy collide in a night to remember. Top musicians, spoken word artists, and comedians come together for a unique and unforgettable show. From soulful melodies to side-splitting jokes, this jam-packed event has it all. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride as we bring you the best of the best in this one-of-a-kind performance. Are you ready for the next We Be Jammin' Live?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good job with that, man. Good
Thank you,
job
bro.
with that.
Thank you very much.
Been a minute since I had to do it the way we just did it right there. So I was trying to get it like
Yeah.
I was trying, man.
I don't know what it is. I try compressing them to like make them, into that 200 that you can
Yeah.
load up in here.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to do for me. I don't know what it is.
So you can't load it from your side either?
No, because they're always they say they're
Let me
always
ask you
too
this.
big.
Is this
Yeah.
coming off of YouTube?
No,
Did you download it off of YouTube?
no. What I do is I just have because I back up all my stuff on an external hard drive.
Put it on YouTube. Pull it off of
Yeah.
YouTube into a file, and it'll fit perfect in here every time.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right.
That's how I do it. Like
All
with
right.
the files that someone sends me that I can't get.
That's
that
such a weird
won't work.
thing, though. It's like I
It
take
is
it out,
weird.
I take it out of the editor, and then like I can load that onto YouTube, no problem. But in here,
Now, if you download it off of YouTube on your computer, and then when you come in here to load it in the studio, you can put it in the regular thing like we do the other one. Every time.
Okay.
Every time, because I struggled, man. I was like, how in the world? So I was like, okay. Somebody sent, I can't even remember which one I did first, but I was like, okay, I got it through text. I couldn't get it to go through email, couldn't get it to do all that. I didn't know anything else to do. I'm like, well, I know I can load video off of this onto my YouTube because I've done that before. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll load it to YouTube. So I loaded it to YouTube, and sure enough, I went in there, downloaded it off of YouTube, and it pops right up in here every single time. I was like, you got to be freaking. And then I just do it privately into YouTube, and then I pull it right down off. Like with my Aunt Chris's video.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could figure. I don't know how to format it any other way. So I just load it up to YouTube privately.
There's a pro tip. Yeah.
And then I download it from there, and then I just delete it from YouTube. But then it fits the file format for StreamYard. Perfect. I'm sure there's a better way. But
I mean, if that works, that's fantastic. Because
dude, try it. Like anything you've got, if it any like this song that you just did. You put it on YouTube private or whatever, or if you have it on YouTube, go to it, download it off of YouTube into the file on your computer, and it'll be perfect. I promise you. Okay. It's that. I've done it on here while me and you was talking a couple times already. Like, okay, I see. It's that simple though. However long it takes for the YouTube to load it up, by the time it loads it up, you download it off there, dude. You've got your stuff. So next time you try it. I
see this comment here, and I'd absolutely have to agree with this. I remember back before we even started doing this show, like when me and you would talk, we'd talk about it being like phone therapy almost, you know what I mean? Where you get used to just getting that stuff that's in your head or whatever you're doing. But I agree. And I think that was one of the hardest parts about this winter for me, was just I kind of bit off a bit more than I could chew. And this has always been a pattern for me. If I'm not doing the things that like I enjoy creating, writing, whatever, it really takes you into a lull quick. You know what I mean? Like a couple of months of winter and everything else going on. So yeah, absolutely, I agree with that statement for sure. It is rewarding.
It is, man. It's a dump. It's an emotional dump. There's been a couple videos of mine that I can sincerely say that was just me sitting down, turning my phone on, and I just had some things that I had to work out in my head, or just something I wanted to say, and kind of just talk about it, and then somehow sharing it out to the world. It's kind of like, okay, y'all can have it. Do what you want with it. I've got it off my chest now. It's yours. You can do whatever you want with it now. It don't matter no more.
And it's interesting too, because like I know there's times when you're like, or personally for myself, when it's like I don't even, whatever, just turn it on and go on about something, and you're like, whatever, and then put it up anyway, and the way it will resonate with people, you know what I mean? Like the different parts people will take from it. So that's one thing I've kind of really been trying to focus on, is using this, because I see a lot of people using it for things I just don't really agree with. You know what I mean? So if you can pass something on or learn something, why not do it, right?
That's what, if that's your motivation in it, then you're winning.
Yeah.
If you're just doing it to chronicle your time, pass some wisdom down, leave something for other generations, your future, whatever, for people now, whatever. If you're truly going at it with that as your motivation, then outside noise, it's noise. But when you just remind yourself, like, that little bit of noise ain't what I'm after.
No.
That noise
you know what I mean? It's like
you got the power, that almighty thumb power. You just
just
next, right on by,
next,
man. Next, we'll just because the consumer thing these days has been something that I've kind of on my own just kind of studied up and learned a little bit more about, because I was still an old school cable kind of guy and all this kind of stuff, and we watched our satellite and all this everything, and I realized that what a consumer market there is out here on not just this platform, but other platforms and everything. And it's like, well, you know what? In some form or fashion, we can be a part of that mix. It's up to us as to where in that mix, but we can be a part of it. And it's freed up. Like, what would it cost thousands of dollars for production and things like that 20 years ago for us to do this same exact thing? Now we're doing it for $50 a month. Through StreamYard and time behind, just learning and that kind of thing. And the money I have tied up in it is strictly just because I wanted to. And it's not so much that it's like, oh God, I just took food out of my family's mouth to do this. It's a few $100 on for what I personally did just for my own thing.
Yep.
And it's like, why not, man? Like
Well,
you're given this opportunity, so take it, man.
well, that's the thing that's I think has been one of the most tremendous shifts I've seen in my life. Like before, like I mean, a few people had computers in like the late '90s that I knew, but like I
Yeah.
mean, I lived in a fairly rural area, but it was like the one rich kid had a computer and it was
Yeah, the
dial up.
size of a Volkswagen.
Yeah, exactly right. Because his dad had a big company job and they gave him one.
Yeah.
But so I remember the world before of like how much it took just even to try to get a track recorded. Like one
Oh,
if you're
dude.
trying to do
Oh.
4 or 5 tracks, like you were looking at $1,000 easy. And I
Oh,
mean,
if
back
you're
then,
lucky.
yeah,
You're lucky.
if the guy was in a good mood and like, you know what I mean? Like everything was timing based. And now, like you said, it's like, TV companies used to pay hundreds, if not, hundreds of millions of dollars to get statistics on like, who's watching, when they're watching, when and you get all that like for a click of a button for free through YouTube,
For free.
you know?
And that's
Uh,
what
yeah.
gets me about like when I first started on this little journey is you hear these people talk about information that they're privy to, and what they fail to remind everybody that's really new is that if you'll just keep creating content for a few months, you'll also get this same information available to you.
Yep.
They just don't have this information on you because you ain't been on here long enough. And
Sure.
that's where these bigger channels would get you sometimes. You thought that they knew something you didn't. Well, really, all they were doing was looking at the information that was given to them. You just don't have it yet because you were so new. They
Mhm.
didn't have nothing on you yet.
Yep.
It's right there at your fingertips. All the
Oh, yeah.
information. If you want to know who's watching, what time they're watching, it's just like all this nonsense about 100% watch, 100% watch. Guys, I'm here to tell you, I may not be able to tell exactly who it is that's watching, but I know what regions it's come from, and I know how long they watch for.
Mhm.
So it's like, you
Yeah.
really can decipher like, okay, well, from
Mhm.
this area, this much time was spent on these videos. From this area, this. So it's like, okay, all this information is right there. It's like you
Yeah,
don't.
and you can use it any way you want, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Yeah, but I
yeah.
tell you what, our information, I'll be honest with you, man. It's like this. I personally just, I don't care about what times and all this. I care about when it's good for us. When
Mhm.
it feels good for us, that's when we schedule. Like the
W
analytics are cool. That's cool. But
Yeah.
at the same
But
time,
they don't run the show, you
they
know what I
don't run
mean?
the show.
No, like
They
that's
don't run
kinda
it.
like I've never really followed them. Like I think it's cool that it shows like, oh, this is
It
my
is.
peak
It's
time, but I'm
cool.
like,
And with your different like videos that you record, you
yeah,
actually can, if you want to decipher the information and chart it, you
yeah.
can see exactly like what regions, what areas, and all that are actually watching your videos, how much time that's being spent on. You can see it all, and
Mhm.
it does help.
Yep.
But like with Guy and Shine, if our best hours was from like 2 in the morning to 4, I'm sorry, but I'm never going to be
It's
available for
not
those
gonna
hours. Like
yeah.
that's just
You've already been there
like
and done that, man.
yeah, like,
That's
okay,
yeah.
that's all cool. Like I'll
Yeah,
go on whenever, but as far as
yeah.
me scheduling something out to say that like, I'm gonna do this every day from 2 o'clock in the morning to 4, it could be the best hours ever, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, but those hours don't work for me because that's when I'm sleeping.
Well,
Like,
that's it. And like
uh,
and it's an interesting thing to talk about because not all the time, but once in a while I'll see like I remember like the sub drops and stuff like that at the beginning and how if you let this it can run you. You know what I mean?
oh
Because
shoot,
you want to go, you want to do stuff, but just also understanding how a computer works and this whole algorithm. I love that word, right? Because the algorithm is going to constantly adjust. So even if it's showing you, okay, these are your peak times and your peak hours, but you stay consistent with what you're doing, you're going to change that, right? And it's going to adjust accordingly. So don't worry about that stuff too much. I guess is what I'm trying to get at because I did see some people. I think it was Friday talking about losing subs and stuff like that, and that happens. People come, they go. The ones that are going to ride with you'll stick, and don't worry about it too much. Like try not to.
yeah.
I don't know. It did catch me off guard the first time it happened to me. I won't lie though. Like I remember the first time like losing like 100 in an evening, and you're like, "What just happened? I'm done
Mhm.
with this YouTube." But then you carry on, man, just like anything else. So
Yeah. Well, and your motivation can't be It can't be. It can't be for nothing other than your enjoyment, especially to get started. Because you're not gonna, man. It's a 99.9% chance you're not gonna have that big successful video right out the rip. I'm not saying it can't happen.
No,
I'm saying it can't happen, but I'm just saying you got a better chance of playing the consistency side of the game than you do the blow up with one video side of the game. Just keep doing what you're good, what you feel good about, and just keep refining your skills. Coming from a man with limited success on YouTube, I can tell you right now, it ain't going back and looking at my analytics that inspires me.
No.
It's these comments, it's the topics, it's what I get to do. That's a freedom. That's like, okay, it's our show. We do what we want to say, what I want. I act the way I want. And that's truly the blessing is the platform.
And the freedom of it, you know what I mean?
The freedom of like you get to have control, like you can dictate as to how this story goes on your own channel. You can say, okay, this is my platform and this is the way I ride. And if you don't like it, you can kick rocks and everybody else can. You know, you're allowed to do that. And that goes good or bad. I push both channels. Now, I don't never give credence to an old sourpuss channel. I just don't. But I don't say, no, I ain't. If I play at kindergarten status.
I don't feed it neither.
I play at kindergarten status, dude. If I ain't got nothing nice to say, I don't say nothing at all. Now, does that mean I won't? Does that mean I won't put a burr in your saddle? Does that mean I won't put a little burr in your saddle if you're going to keep pushing me? No, it doesn't. Does that mean you might become part of the show in a way that maybe you didn't want to? Yeah,
probably.
You might, but I'll never speak your old negative name. I can promise you that. Because that negativity don't float around here. We'll turn it into a joke and laugh at you about it. You know what I mean?
And we, all right.
Because then you become the real butt of the joke. I mean, it's you know, because I have it in my head, Shine, that as long as Guy and Shine carry with good vibes and laughs and just realness, dude, all the little negative Nancy stuff is just fodder. It's just fuel. It's like, okay, thank you.
Exactly. Thanks for that. Now we have something to work
I'll
with.
never give you the credence of saying your name, but I appreciate you saying mine. Apparently, I'm living rent free in your head. You know what I'm saying? It's like, thank you.
That's funny.
But I'll never give credence to your name. I can promise you that.
No.
If I say someone's name on here or I mention a channel, it's in good and it's to push them up, and I do it in prayer, that hoping that my little shout out to them will be something that sends a subscriber their way, or a watch, or a like, or
maybe a friend, who knows,
a friend, or whatever, or contact, or whatever. And that's truly the motivation behind it, and everything else is all just fodder for the show, brother.
Yes, sir.
Because we all have ears and they're everywhere, and we hear. We're not dumb. But we choose to carry it the way we choose it. Now, we could start being negative Nancy's and doing all that, but then, what does that really get you? Doesn't get you.
Not a thing.
Nobody's laughing no more.
No.
Nobody's laughing no more.
No.
But as long as we take everything in stride and say, well, you can try to tear us down, but it doesn't work.
I wouldn't recommend it.
You're not that creative. You know what I mean? Like if anything, all you do is just kindly pick my day up a little bit.
What do they say? Hey, haters gonna hate. Haters are gonna hate.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, bro.
That's it.
And for anybody that would ever think that oh my gosh, you're doing something somebody else did, I promise you, everybody in here that's in earshot, if you're trying anything, then somebody else has already probably tried it for sure. You're just, the only thing that makes it original is you. And if you're having trouble finding your audience, look inside you. It ain't towards nobody else. Look into you and find out what it is you need to do to create that audience. It ain't nobody else's fault.
Take a breath. If you're like a reactor, like I am, you know what I mean? Like I can instantly react, but it's taking time and practice.
Just let it
be
set.
Like, you know what? No, my friend.
I see how we can do this. Like, okay,
that's right.
Okay. You just took up a 30-minute segment for me. Thank you. But that's I truly think that's our strength, man. That's how it's hard to penetrate that. It's
And
truly hard to
it
penetrate
takes
that.
work. It takes work, and I mean,
Well, you would have to make us slip off her game
oh
to
yeah,
penetrate it. You would
yeah,
have to catch us off of her game, and I can promise you they ain't catching me off mine. It ain't gonna happen. Like I'm solid. I'm confident in our material. I'm confident in what we're doing, and it's like any naysayers. All that is just sheep whining in the background.
man.
Because I play as a wolf in my games. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
it,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
like it just
Yeah.
don't matter. Like okay, whatever.
They should have
you
never
know.
gave us this technology.
They should have never done that. And don't give me fuel. Don't do that to me.
Yeah,
Don't do that to you.
Listen, one.
Don't do that. To
Don't poke a
yourself.
bear.
Yeah,
Don't
don't
poke a
do
bear.
that. Because we've got all kinds of technology at our fingertips, and we can pull up replays and all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, we could really just get real fun with some. I mean,
you
there's
could
so
really
many
dig
fun
deep. We could
things.
do a deep dive. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, we could totally change the platform. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was in the back here that one day when I was messing with that one thing. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
snap.
Mhm.
Oh, they done opened
yeah.
up. Like, I didn't know you could do
you-
this. It's easy.
yeah.
Like, oh no. Like, dude.
So, the message in general is be creative and take some
creative.
time to think about what you want to do. You know what I
And
mean?
don't make your. I mean, in my
And-
personal
and
opinion,
don't
don't make
be
your
running-
platform trying to tear other people down.
No,
Don't do that.
no,
Don't do
no,
that, man.
Don't do that.
Don't do
like, I
that.
mean, there's enough of that going on in
There
every
is, man.
aspect. Is like I said, like this. We've done enough tearing down. It's time to start building. Up,
Whatever
you know?
happened to like just having like a disagreement as a grown man and just saying, okay, I'll not speak about you. You don't speak about me, and just go on.
I had this
Just go on.
conversation literally
Whatever
last night
happened to
with
that?
with another buddy on the phone, and I said, I
Yeah.
just don't get this
I don't
constant
understand.
pecking at you or poking, whatever you want
Like,
to call it.
How's
It's
that
like-
helping anything?
It
Like,
don't. It
it
don't.
don't.
Help. It don't.
it doesn't.
And there's
I
no
mean,
need for it. There's no
there's
need
no
for
need
it. There's
for it.
room for everyone.
there's no need for it.
And if you're not going to bring something good, then just, as the old
Stay at
saying
the
goes,
house.
if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. You know what I mean? Like, just
Yeah, man. Well,
No,
it's
no.
like I can't say that you don't hear the negativity and the stuff, but it just keeps coming back to like what would have just been okay with just you go do you and I'll go do me, and I don't ever speak your name, so why do you have to speak mine? Why would you do like
Wow, I
like
think there's a word for
It-
that, and I think it goes with the color green. I'll leave it at that.
yeah, it's like I mean, it's like
know
come
what I
on,
mean?
man. You know,
Yeah,
that's the kind of stuff that's the baby games that I hate, man. It's
Man,
like why
if you got
why do
something
we
to
gotta-
say it. Call me
Just-
up. Let's talk
Yeah,
about
and
it.
if it's
figure it
been
out.
said, shut up and move on.
Yeah, it's the
It's
best.
like,
probably
just
the best
shut up
plan
and
of
move
course
on.
of action. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I know what's being attempted.
Mhm.
There would
Of
be
course.
nothing better than for those couple individuals than to have us spout their name out,
Mhm.
wanting to talk a bunch of smack, and that's
Mhm.
just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, guys.
This ain't
We're not gonna play-
94. We ain't rolling on the
We're not
streets.
doing not doing that,
it
man.
ain't gonna happen.
You know,
Yeah.
you can go enter yourself into Girls Gone Wild if you want, but
Those were good
know.
times.
you know,
Yeah.
there were good times. I ain't gonna lie.
Still trying to cancel that.
Shout out to
membership.
Girls Gone Wild. Every one of them. Every one of them.
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I hope you're doing well. You may not remember me, but I remember you.
Hope you got that acting job you were mentioning.
Yeah. Oh man, oh man.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah.
everybody being here
Yeah.
listening to us. We appreciate you. If you're in earshot, good vibes from Guy and Shine to you guys.
Thank you,
Always
guys.
good vibes. And some things you just can't unsee. Like kind of like shining heart-shaped tub. You can't unsee that. Guys,
No.
I've tried. I
You
can't
won't want to
unsee it.
unsee it. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. God bless Bubbles is all I can say. I'm just thankful for Bubbles. I'm
8
thankful for
powerful
Bubbles. and-
jets.
Yes, I'm thankful for the jets and all the disturbances and just everything that just took all the clear views of everything away.
Yeah, you know.
Thank God. Because
Series is coming out on Netflix. In
I
the
could have
fall.
had to go to the hospital for some time if it could have turned,
Is that why
Shout
they
out
made me
to-
sign all those disclaimers? Do you think?
Yeah, we're gonna need some more of them
Might need a
3 letter
lawyer.
agencies
Might
involved
need a
in them
lawyer.
videos, man. I might need an attorney.
Do you got a good one? Because
I got-
mine just got arrested.
I feel like I might need to start shopping for one if we're going to see any more of them heart-shaped tubs on my platform. They're there might ought to be like a trigger warning or something before that. Like,
Disclaimer.
yeah, disclaimer. Like, ooh,
Yeah.
I can't help you unsee this. So if you want, close your eyes now because the sound does not match the view. Like, shout out to mind stains and things that you can't unsee.
Oh, you can't. Oh,
That
wow.
last little squeak, I just got the icing on the cake.
Speaks pretty good for a fellow with no teeth and a hair lip.
I swear. Shout out to the Toothless Wonder.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. Oh, Lord. Oh, man,
Yes,
that is
sir.
so fun. So fun. Yeah, turn when they get arrested. Yeah, yeah, you know, they got
Oh,
to
yeah. He is one of the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, he fought his way out of a prison cell to get to be my attorney.
I'm
Gotta
not
say
sure
that
if
he
he printed that thing off his computer.
He won the first trial, but on retrial, well, he's not my attorney as of right now, but he's still fighting to get back out. So you
Yeah,
never know.
the best part is that I haven't released him, so technically he's still my attorney.
All right,
I can't do
technically,
nothing, you know?
so and apparently he will be there on court date because he ain't going nowhere.
He's the same one as me.
I
so
can
we'll
go
be-
have a meeting with him anytime. All I gotta do is go slap the first cop I come to, and they'll throw me in jail.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
I
it's
could have a
free in
hand. You
there.
know, like,
There's
we
an
could totally
inside
meet
check.
up face to face. You know.
Yeah,
You know? I'm laughing my ass off. Snap. That is funny. Oh, you poor granny. Yes, she knows.
Yeah.
She knows. God bless you. Oh, I'll start here, Taz Mears. She said, "Thank you, Shine."
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you, Tracy. Your prayers are highly appreciated.
Yeah,
Indeed. Thinking of your sister
absolutely.
B. It will only cost the honey bun in there. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, honey bun is valuable, man. I ain't gonna
Oh,
lie.
yeah. You can
Still
go
pretty valuable in my world. I ain't gonna lie.
cut it into quarters. You see
It's
how
part of
high
my
these
munchie
fish-
stash.
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said it wasn't.
Yeah.
Enforcement, and he's laughing too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, look at the time.
Isn't that something how time flies when you're having fun? And yeah.
Where
Hey,
does he
so-
live exactly?
Yeah. Oh, well, I can tell you where I don't live. Canada.
Yeah.
You're getting close if you ain't in Canada.
I know. Currently in Maui.
Yeah. See that sun come. Oh,
It's hot. Oh, that
I
humidity
might
is
get my
so
tank top
real.
here in just a little bit. I had the air conditioner on. I turned it off. Yeah, getting a little bit cool. But shout out to everybody here. We appreciate y'all. We were
Absolutely.
laughing. You're funny. Thank you, Fort Granny. Shout out to
Yeah.
you. We appreciate you being an outstanding member of the community, been part of my ride for a long time. And I just appreciate you. Thank you. Elevated Einstein. Love to you, my brother. Appreciate you,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yeah.
Start here, Tasmere. Thank you for coming by and letting us know
Yeah.
about Sister B. You let her know that we have not only shouted her out a couple times, but that we are
We're
thinking
thinking
of
about
her,
her.
actively thinking of her, and speedy recovery, whatever might be ailing, speedy recovery. Brother William, he said, I platformed once. It hurt my face. Yeah. A little different kind of platform I was talking about there, Brother William. When next time we give you those guitar lessons, we'll talk to you about platforms and what we meant by that. Not what
to
you
be
thought we
confused
meant.
with planking. You're supposed to go down
Yeah.
slow.
We didn't realize. I realize how the confusion can be met because
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. The
Language.
instructions on my computer were not clear. They kept telling me drag and drop.
Yeah.
I dragged this damn computer across the floor, dropped it I did throw it a couple times, pretty hard at the ground. I, wouldn't be
Yeah.
really dropping it. I did kindly
Then they
push
said
it
the
towards
warranty
ground.
wasn't void. Like
It never moved the first file. It cracked the corner of the screen a little bit, and it did give me a double view of a little edge of it. But other than that, it never moved the first files, and they was not clear about drag and drop. I ain't gonna lie. They did not tell me that.
I'm concerned, that's on them.
That's on them.
That's on
That
them.
is on them. I wrote a letter.
Oh, You could probably make some bucks off of this. I mean, if
I
someone
feel
can run
like
an
I have a
RV off the side of
I
it,
feel like that I have a legitimate complaint.
I
You
think
remember
you
when
do.
hot coffee got spilled on a lady at coffee or at
At
McDonald's?
McDonald's. Mhm.
Well, I kind of feel like I got burned in the
I
same
think
manner.
it feels like the exact same situation, just current times. That's how I
Hey,
see it.
I'm gonna tell you
Right.
what, and they should have told me that thing had a spring latch on the cover. Hey, I'm
They
gonna
owe
tell you
you
what
half
now.
a
I
finger? Oh,
I
come on now.
didn't realize that daggone it's spring loaded.
we're just figuring this out now. Oh
Spring
wow.
loaded.
Holy smokes, like a bear trap.
Spring
Boom.
loaded. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Well,
Copy and paste. Didn't know that. I had glue all over the screen of my computer and not one thing where it was really supposed to be. And that was the most hideous mess I ever tried to clean up in my life.
there's so
I
many
just
things
feel like
wrong.
they were setting me up. They were like, let's get this guy.
Yeah.
Let's get this guy.
Not even
Let's
gonna try.
infiltrate his brain for a while.
Spend some time in my mind.
Well,
You know?
you can follow me, but watch your steps. All I can tell you. And I'm not responsible for what you can see in there. I'm not responsible.
No, that's on you. We got an
No,
NDA
that is on
signed
you. You
before.
get in there and start dancing around. Hey, 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 welcome
That's
to
it.
the club. Welcome
the
to the
show.
club.
Welcome to the
Yeah.
show.
The water's fine. A little deep, kind of turbulent.
You might get drugged to the deep end real quick.
You probably jumped right into the deep end. Anywhere you want to splash in, you probably gonna have to tread some water for a little while. could be tough. That first step's always the one that gets them though.
It is.
They don't realize how deep it
really
is.
No.
So they're like, whoa, you really wasn't playing. No, I told you. I told you. Yeah, I'd take them boots off before I jump in. It's fairly deep.
Yeah, what do you got them rocks in your pockets for?
I took them rocks out of your pockets now. I'm telling you. You might ought to grab you a couple styrofoam cups or something because shout out to everybody here, man. This is Guy and Chime. We appreciate y'all being here, coming up on the close of this afternoon. But man, it's nothing but good vibes from us. We appreciate everybody being here. Me and Brother Zach are going to be on Wednesday. Have a topic of his and I's that we're going to talk about. We're going to do that at 10 o'clock. Going to be kind of based, going to be some knowledge based, some fact based around PTSD, the recovery rates, the recovery times, traumatic brain injuries, and how the effects of that, along with just the healing process and what the brain actually has to go through for some of these functions to start really taking place. And most importantly, be able to come at it from separate angles, but at the same time, the same angle, and be able to speak about it from a drug addiction standpoint. Because I'm going to tell you, brain abuse is brain abuse, whether it's trauma or whether it's drugs. You've abused that section of your brain, and it's trying to rewire things. It's trying to put things back together. And I think for those of us suffering with any type of PTSD or traumatic brain injury or any type of drug addiction,
which usually involves the two,
and
which is,
I think the more we can understand the process that's going to take place, you're going to be miserable physically for a while, but then you're going to have to give yourself purposely that space to let your brain start catching up with the proper ways of rewarding you for good things, the proper things, because as a drug addict, your reward system is based on how many pills is in your pocket. As someone that has a traumatic brain injury, maybe your pleasure is now based around whatever medicines they tell you need to take next. And understanding that there is a line there that we can recognize, not to say that we can always say, well, we're not going to do this or we're not, but we can recognize that there's ways of moving past and dealing with, learning to live with. Because sometimes, guys,
that's key.
And this is another key point. Like, I know that everybody's heard of people like getting injured and then being in a coma and waking up and being able to do something they never could do before. Well, look at it from this way. If you're suffering with a traumatic brain injury, well, maybe that's just God's way of opening it up for you, that another section of your brain is now going to be given an opportunity to take on something that you never knew you had. And unless we exercise that, you just never know. So we're going to dig in on that. It's not going to be, not going to be show based. It's not going to be music. It's not going to be that. It's going to be an open forum in our conversation, in our chat room. If there's any questions coming up, we're also going to have, we're going to bring up real facts
Yep.
But we're going to also discuss real life around real facts, and
This is what's important, because I'll tell you, like, after I got mine in 2019, after I got my TBI, and then all the other diagnoses that come along with it, there was a 9-month period. Time is very important with when you're dealing with these kind of injuries. A 9-month period of where I wasn't able to speak. I couldn't remember anything. My wife had to write everything down on a calendar, and then I would go into this mode of just like not understanding and confusion and anger. And what I was focusing on was what I'd lost, because I was always sharp, I thought, in a certain way, like, you know what I mean? I could always push and push, and that was gone. And then I went into this spot of who am I now? How am I going to do it? And you're right. Like, that's why what you just said, when one door closes, another one opens up. The question is, are you going to take and put the work in to walk through it? And yeah, man, well said.
Well, and you know, exploring some of the options that are available as human beings
Yep.
to start exercising some of these natural ways of there is help, is what I'm trying
Yes,
to say.
there is.
And
Yes,
we're
there
going to
is.
go over some techniques. We're going to go over some things that are not only scientifically proven,
Mhm.
but I can say from a personal standpoint that I have proven that right. And I have seen where that when you start giving your brain the proper exercise and the proper amount of
Yep.
push, then you get that natural release of those endorphins and those good things that you're looking for, that maybe the drugs, maybe the alcohol, maybe you had it before you got yourself injured, but now they're gone. And well,
Mhm.
there is ways of starting to place them back together. I'm not saying we're going to fix people. I'm not saying we're going to do that. What I
No.
am saying is we're going to be real. We're going to talk about it. We're going to roll things over. And we want people in the comments asking us stuff. And we're going to have things ready to pull up and be able to share with you what information that we can find and things that we can talk about. Because none of us are, like, I'm not a doctor. Zach's not a doctor, but I am a man that's lived through it.
We
So
got
I
a
do
lot of
have that,
experience in it.
you know,
Yep.
and I can read a book. So, you
Yep.
know, that
Yep.
gives us that. And these stats are all available. The things that we'll be sharing are all going to be, you know, obviously available for anybody to look up. But I think it's just something different.
It's
For
something
me,
that needs to be talked about, because there's a
it
lot of
is.
men dealing with it. I've seen it for years, while dealing with it myself and still trying to understand what it was I was dealing with. And then you see this recurrent pattern. And then you start hearing these words, and it's like, yep, check, and check. So now, if we know this is what it is, what can we do about it? And there's a lot that you can do about it,
Yeah, there's
but you need to have the information, because it's not easy. Just
yeah,
like anything we're doing, it ain't easy. So
realistic information.
that's right. That's right.
Realistic information, that
Yep.
things that you can do without never getting out of your seat, if that's
Mhm.
what you had to do, or things that you don't have to do, that you don't have to go nowhere to do them. There's things that you can start. So we'll dig in and we'll start
Yep.
exploring. We're going to see where that
Perfect.
conversation goes, and then you know, see where that leads things, because I know that it's a passion for Zach. I know that it helps. I know
Mhm.
that it's not only for him on a personal level going to help him, but it's going to help other people. It's going to
Yes,
help
sir.
me. It's going to help. Just I think that it's just a good exercise, and we're just going to give it a try,
Mhm.
and we're going to do it. So I just wanted to
Excellent.
share that out there with everybody. We just kind of came up with this. I asked him this morning if he
Yep.
would be willing, because I was going to do it by myself, and I'm like, you know, I can't ask nobody else to sign on with me, man. If you're going to do this, do it. Just do
Mhm.
what you do. And then I'm
Mhm.
like, well, look, would you at least like to come on and have a conversation with me about this? Because this is what I'm going to talk about, and it would sure be nice to have somebody sign on with me
Mhm.
that's been through some things, that
Mhm.
can speak from like a real standpoint. Because I know you got other things going on, and we do this all week, and it's like, all right, just because I
No,
want to hustle doesn't mean that
all
John
the
wants to.
any of this
Um,
kind of stuff is a passion of mine. Like, that's
'Cause
why, as hard as
I
it
I'm getting
was,
back to going every day, to be right real honest
yeah,
with you, but I had
that's
to
good.
figure out a
Yeah,
different
different
angle,
mode. Yep, yep.
because I love good vibes, but I have other passions in my life that I like
Agreed.
to speak on. So, you know, for me, I just wasn't happy with 3 days a week. I ain't gonna lie. I went both days I went 2 days Saturday, and
Mhm.
went 2 times yesterday. And I was like, you know what? I got too much time on my hand. Yeah, I can get everything I got to do done otherwise, But I got 4 hours. I'm sitting here in the evening looking at some TV or rambling around looking for something. I'm going live, and I'm just going to keep doing it because this is what I like doing. And I was like, man, 3 days is cool, but 3 days is like, that's chump change. If I'm going to look at this from like a real standpoint, like that's 2 hours a day. That's 6 hours in a week. Okay. Now what about the other 100 and some? It's like, okay, I got to start.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Because that's how I was like, dang, God, like you're like, I was sitting here like, man, it's cold. What am I going to do? We're not going live today.
See,
like,
you've opened a door now, because there's if that's one we're cracking. That's one that I've been sitting on myself for a while, because what I now understand is the things, however your experiences come, right? And if you get to a point where you develop actual skills that have helped you in your life, and you've got somebody that can show you, hey, listen, look, I get you're here, and I can relate to that. I can empathize with your situation. But if you're willing to do this and this and this can vastly improve your situation. And there's a ton of them subjects we can hit on, but they're going into any more.
A lot of little tiny things that add up to big things. And
exactly.
That's the conclusion that I've come to with all of it.
Man.
Is like, you look for those big moments when really the big moments are the little moments just stacked into one thing that finally come out.
That's right.
So we're going to do that. We're going to dig in. We'll see where that goes. Maybe Brother Shine will want to be a little part of that. We're going to, man, I feel a passion towards it. It's how I started my channel. And I never leaned away from it, but with our good times, good vibes, it's great. And I love doing that, but there's also other aspects of my brain that I need to exercise. And I just need to be honest and just say, I'm not happy with the little bit of time that I'm putting in. I feel like I'm not doing myself a service right now. I feel like that
it's a season of change, my friend.
It helps me too much to stay away from something that brings me such joy and that I enjoy doing. But there's different ways of doing it. You don't have to do it the same exact way.
No, you don't.
So that's kind of where I feel like is for me a comfortable something else to add to. And we'll just see. But I'll talk to you in a minute. I'm gonna say we're saying goodbye, good vibes.
Bye, guys. Have a great
Eastern
Monday.
Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. God, Shine.
Goodbye,
everybody. Baby. I don't even know what I have up here for the last.
All right.
Hey, good vibes, everybody. I'll see you in a second, Shine. I'll talk to you, man. I've been in a hurry since I don't know when. Gotta bring it on back. Start over again. Yeah, I'll bring it on back to a nice old pace. The kind where a guy like me wins a race. Yeah, slow it on down. Take the time it takes to take a real good look around. Yeah, I'll bring it on back to a nice old pace. The kind where a guy like me wins the race. Well, I got me a woman, yeah, she's better than most. Yeah, I get the space I need to really cut loose. Yeah, she slows it on down to a nice old pace. The kind where a guy like me wins the race. You slow it on down. Take the time it takes to take a real good look around. Yeah, I'll bring it on back to a nice old pace. The kind where a guy like me wins the race.
Take the time it takes to take a real good look around. Yeah, bring it on back to a nice old day. The kind word guy like me when you're ready. Yeah, slow it down. Slow it on down, guys. Good vibes only to you. Always good vibes. Always good vibes only to all of my beautiful people out there. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day.